Hello everyone. I believe that friends who play EDC must have heard the name of a big guy. He is the up master of the head of the EDC circle. He has also produced a number of EDC toys. Because I entered the circle late, I didn't have a chance to play the first few products. So today I can just share it with you. The new product of the Meat Pigeon Boss is flying. First of all, let's take a look at the pricing of Feichi within the pricing of 398. What can you get? Include a theme. The Electronic Tactics pack is very useful for EDC players. I am particularly interested in this electronic comparison. It was actually a square plane, but we buckle it with 4 feet. Then it becomes a tray, which is very practical. Including these accessories that we send, we can all put in this tray. Debugging later. Then let's go back to the product. When I saw the promotional picture at the beginning, I would feel like it's in the shape of a Batman dart. Finally, when it was made public, it was said that it was a small motorcycle, and of course there was no problem with the motorcycle. Because Batman also has motorcycle products. It's actually bigger than I expected, especially this thickness. In fact, when held in the hand, this sense of weight is still relatively obvious. I got the stainless steel version. The weight is 120 grams. The overall surface still retains the knife pattern. But the whole knife pattern is very delicate, without any rough texture. The 2 sides are also pasted with this carbon fiber patch. This patch can also be replaced in the future. Then let's take a look at the gameplay. In fact, it comes from these 3 wheels, and the wheels on both sides are several rounds of gameplay. The wheel in the middle is a magnetic game. Let me introduce it to you one by one. First of all, let's talk about the wheel of several rounds of gameplay. It is essentially a robotic arm. But Brother Ruaw is in the bead groove of this robotic arm. The design has been put into some thought. On the left and right sides of this wheel, there are actually bead grooves. And it is a paragraph bead groove. That is, the interval between the bead groove and the bead groove is relatively large. The meat pigeon is misaligned on the hole where the spring beads are placed on both sides. This dislocation is not a 1/2 dislocation. Because if it is a dislocation of 1/2, it is equivalent to turning this bead groove from paragraph to dense. It is misaligned in about 1/4. It is actually a rhythmic sound. Then let's take a look at the magnetic wheel in the middle. This magnetic wheel at first glance, it may be a bit similar to the magnetic rotor behind the TK. But after getting started, I found that it was completely different from the rotor behind TK. Or their cool points are completely different. TK's magnetic rotor, it plays more with the feel, and the magnetic rotor of the flying speed, it plays more with sound. Magnetic rotor behind TK, the connection between each component is very tight. It's actually sound. It's not big, but it's the kind that attracts magnets and can't be touched. The vibration was densely transmitted to the rotor speeding in the hand. Because the sense of connection in the middle and the subject are not closely connected, there is a gap in the middle that can be moved. When we plucked it to turn, hydraulic feeling in the middle, because there is a gap, it will have frequent collisions with this subject. This impact will bring dense sound. But at the same time, the feel of this vibration will also be dissolved by impact. So there is not much vibration in the hand. But the feeling of exhilaration brought by the sound is highlighted. If the overall gameplay is introduced here, let's introduce to you with the disassembly, my current favorite configuration. From the perspective of disassembly, it is very convenient to do it. We just need to get the wrench out of this hole. This patch can be pushed open with a single stab. After the patch is opened, we can adjust the spring beads. So what is my recommended configuration? First, we remove the spring beads on one side. We can keep it from being misaligned. Then we remove the spring beads on the other side for it. Put the 2 beads directly. And if you like it, in fact, I recommend removing the magnet in the middle as well. When we have completed the debugging, we can just suck this patch on. It is very convenient to debug and does not need to screw screws at all. Okay, then let's go to the other side. We don't move with the configuration here, then replace the imposing beads here with 2 beads. At this time, we got a circle of 3 major types. The first one is the spinning top. The second is a mechanical push row, and the third is a magnetic push row. Okay, let's talk about this part of the top first. Because we removed all the springs of this rotor, only 4 beads remained. So when we turn it around, it becomes a wild bead top. You can listen to this voice. It was very comfortable. When we are about to push, there will be this kind of double sense of popping balls, which is the spinning top gameplay. What about this side? Because I removed the spring bead on one side, it becomes a mechanical push arrangement of clear paragraphs. Let's talk about the magnetic rotor in the middle, because the magnets on both sides of the magnetic rotor. I took one off, and now that I turn it, it will actually be more powerful. and the period of vibration will be longer. Okay, let's summarize this product in terms of the price at the beginning of the 3 times. This product is still good. Through 3 rotors, you can experience the fun of 3 ways to play in 1 circle. If you are interested in this product, you can add a big net of meat pigeons and then ask him for a purchase path. That's it for today's video. If you are interested in my video, please click on it. In this way, a circle of excellent products can be followed. Hello in the form of a video as soon as possible. See you in the next issue. Bye bye.